I am presenting the screen. Let me know once you are able.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay, okay. So today we are starting with the Windows, different Windows ranking functions, and these are actually these are very important topic in terms of any data related profile because we are using this Windows function very frequently in our day to day work. So there are total four different Windows functions are available: row number, rank, dense rank, and type. So basically, with Windows ranking functions, we can rank rows within partition. So partition means suppose there are in some of the tables like in the sales table there are data with different customer ID wise data, right? Customer ID wise data is there, and one customer has buy the multiple products. So in that case, there will be a multiple entries of customer ID, same customer ID in multiple times in sales table. So now if we want to see the data based on the partition of customer ID, right? So in that case, we are using this partition by close, partition by close based on specify ordering. So we will see later what it is telling. And one more thing, if we don't specify the and one more thing, order by clause is mandatory in all the ranking functions, whereas partition by clause is optional. It is not mandatory. But we need to specify this order by clause in all the Windows function, which is mentioned over here. But now what if we don't specify the partition by clause? And in that case, the entire underlying query result is considered as a one partition. Means all the rows from the table will consider as a single partition if we don't specify this partition by clause. As I already said, the window order clause is mandatory, and TSQL or any relational database is supporting mainly these four ranking window functions. Now let's start with the. Actually, we can start with what is all the ranking functions at the same time. So what is basically a row number? So row number function computes unique sequential integer starting with 1 within the Windows partition based on the Windows ordering. So we will see what it is telling in this query, because the example query doesn't have a partition by clause over here, right? Over here, if you see row number or rank or dense rank, we haven't used the partition by clause. Oh, hence the function assigns unique row numbers across the entire query's result set. So in this table, whatever the number of rows are there, consider it will consider all the rows as a single partition, because we haven't mentioned the partition by clause over here, right? And now what is rank and dense rank? So rank and dense rank functions are slightly different from each other, and as well as compared to row number function. So whenever you use the rank function, it is skip it will skip the whenever there is a we will see actually in this example only. At that time I will explain you the difference between rank and dense rank function. So let me just directly jump to this example. So let me first select the data from this table. 1 minute. Okay, let me select the data first from this sales dot order values table. So it has different columns given: order ID, customer ID, then EMP ID. I think this is CPER ID, order date, required date, ship date, quantity, and value. And it is around 631 records are there. 631 total records are there. So now let me execute this query to explain all the ranking functions. So here we have used the row number over order by, and in the order by column we have used the value column, right? So by default, if you see over here, order by value, then it will sort the entire rows in the table based on the value column, and it is by default it is sorting based on ascending order, right? Because by default order is ascending order. So now if you see over here in this row number function, it will give all the rows has some row number starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it will, okay, let me just copy this data into the Excel file. So now what will row number do? Row number will give all the this 631 rows has some starting from 1 to array. I think we need to change it to number, or we can do text. Okay, 1 minute. So it will go. Okay, no problem. It will give all the rows in the table some numbers, and it is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to where it will give up to 631. 631 in the last record. So let me execute this query. So if you see this row number column, it is given the values from 1 to 631 in a consecutive order, and it has sorted the values based upon the ascending order of value column. So which record has the highest amount in the value column? It has the highest row number it will generate. Now let's move to the rank column. So what will rank function do? So here, if you see over here, we have ordered the data based on the value in ascending order, and we have used the rank function. So now rank function will also do the same thing. So if you see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So there is one difference over here. Let me move again to the Excel file. Okay, let's see in this one only. So when if you see over sixth and seventh record, there is a value 36 value is common in both, right? 6 and 7. So at that time, row number will generate the uh, unique value in the sixth row as well as unique value in the seventh row. But when rank function we use, it will use the same value because same value in the rank column. Whenever there will be a unique unique value in the value column. But now there is one difference over here. Whenever we in the next row, like in the eighth row, row number will again give the consecutive value, but but in the rank function skip it will skip one consecutive value, and it will generate the next value in the next row. So if you see over here, this is actually 6, this is actually 7, but because of value is common in row number 6 and 7, so it will generate 6 in both the rows, and then in the next row it will skip the seventh one, and it will generate the 8 rank. So now let's move ahead. Then 9 over here, 10 over here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. there will be again some common values are there. Let me know once you able to. Okay. So if you see over here, so if you see over here, row number 70 and 71. Sorry, row number means these row 70 and 71. There is a 70 value in the rank function in both the rows, but it will be a 72. It will be a 72 in the next row. So it has skipped the 71 in the rank function. And because we have not used, and because uh, we have considered all this entire table as a single partition, so it will generating over here consecutive values, right? So now let's move to the dense rank function over dense rank function. So there is only one difference between rank and dense rank function. So if you see over here again, row number 6 and 7, right? So if you see over here in the value column, 36 values are there. 36 values are there, which is common. So in the dense rank column, if you see the next row, means 8 row, it will generate the consecutive rank. It has not skipped the, it has not skipped the rank, right? Over here. But now, but in the, sorry guys, so dense rank will generate the consecutive numbers even though the values are similar in the particular bunch or particular partition. Whereas rank function will skip the rank in the next value whenever there is a similar partition. So up to here everything is clear, guys. You can write in the chat box. Right now I have muted you for some time. Up to here everything is clear, right? You can write in the chat window. Because maybe sometimes there are multiple records in our table, right? But we want to select only a single record from the entire table. We do not want to all the duplicate records. That one kind of scenario. In that scenario, we can use the window function. Then another scenario, suppose on the employee salary table, our salary column is there, right? So in the that salary column, suppo- if we want to give number one rank to the highest earning employee, number one rank, then second highest earning employee, number two rank. So based on the salary column, based on the salary column, we will generate the rank. So gradually you will get to know why we are using this ranking function whenever you use in the real time scenarios. But this is actually the application of ranking functions. Now let's move to the entail the last ranking function. We will see few more example as well. But let's now move to the entail function. So this is actually very rarely used compared to above three functions. This entail is very rarely used. Whereas these all three are very widely used. All three are. Whereas this entail is very rarely used. So now let's see here in the while we are using the entail function, here we need to give some value over here. So based on that particular value, it will divide the entire table. Entire table means all the rows from the table divided by that value, and then based upon the condition, it will divide the entire table in some kind of tiles. So let me give example. So if you see over here, this table has total 630 631 631 rows are there, right? So if you see over here, 631 rows are there. Now we have divided entire table with 100, right? So let me divide, because of we have written over here entire over here, right? So it will divide the entire table, all the rows from the table, based upon that, and then it will generate uh, the ranking to all the rows from the table based upon this division. So it is division is 6, right? But it is not actually 6, because of, if you see over here, let me write like this. So it is actually 6.31, right? Now what it will do, so it will generate the first 7 rows as number one. Now if you see why, if you might have question, why 7 rows, why 7 rows, why not 6, right? Because of, if it is exact 600 record, if it is exact 600 record at that time, it will generate all the 6 row, first 6 row one rank, the next 6 row second rank, Then next 6 row, third rank. But here we have 631 rows are there. So that it will in the number, first 31 number, it will add one more row to one rank. Like over here, it is given us the seventh rank. Then again, it will given over here seventh rank. Then up to 31 we have to go because above 600 we have total 31 records are there, right? So let me jump to the 31. So over here, if you see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So up to 31, it will generate one additional row, right? And after 31 means after 31st rank from 32, now it will divide equally by 6. So if you see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are there, right? Then again number will change, 33. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then again 34, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will generate now equally rest of the rows from the table equal value to 6 bucket. So this is actually the use of entile function. Just a minute. Okay. If 36 is repeated somewhere in middle again, what it will give? Rank and dense rank. So, actually, if you see over here, 36 will not repeat again, brother, because I have already order my result set based on the value column. So it will order the all the rows, all the value column. It will already ordered in ascending order. So now 36 will not repeat again after it is anywhere. After it will come already, right? So 36 will not repeat again. Yes, rank function skip the rank and range function does not skip the rank. Yes, it is correct, right? This will not repeat again. It is not possible. Order by use on value column in overclose. So 36 will aggregate in sequence. Yes, yes, right. Surya didn't get you, sir. Please repeat. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, now entire is also clear, right? Up to here, entire is also clear, right? Then we will see some other examples. Okay. So if you see over here, what will entail do? Entail will arrange all the rows from the table in different buckets, different party buckets, you can say. So in the one bucket, it will generate one number. One number means one particular number, right? Right, like one. Then in the second bucket, it will give again one specific number which is 2. Then in the third bucket, it will again give some specific number, it is 3, right? But now how it will decide. So here we have 631 rows are there. Total number of rows in this table is 631. Now it will divide all the 631 rows by 100 because here we have given as a 100. So now if you see over here, it is given 6.31, right? It will give us 6.31. But now, so from this entire table, actually, it will divide all the rows, all the rows from the table by 6. If you see over here, all the rows divided by 6. But now we have 31 additional rows are there, right? Not exact 600 rows. We have total 631 rows are there. So for the first 31 rows, it will add one additional row. One additional row. So up to 31, it will add one additional row. So over here, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now row number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then again 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So up to here, for this adjustment of 31 additional row, it will go to the 31. Let me go to the 31. So here all the adjustment will be complete of additional 31 rows. So here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But now because now adjustment is completed over here. Now if you see over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now onwards from 32 it will generate 6 numbers only. 6 unique numbers to all the rows. 42, 43 6 time, 44 6 time, 45 6 time. So until end it has 106 time. So now it should be clear entire, right? You can write in the chat box. Okay. Okay, now let's move ahead. So here let me use the, I think it is there in Adventure Works database. I think where it is this table. Okay. Hmm, why this table is not there? Which table? Sales dot sales order header. Sales dot. It is not there in both the database. I think where it is. Let's skip for now this one. Let me jump to another window. Okay, I have written this same query over here. Let me now try. Okay, it is executed. Now again, let's see the same thing with different example. So here we have table given is sales order header, right? Sales order header. And in this sales order header, if you see over here, we have different customer IDs. Let me select the data. Here we have sales order, sales order ID is there, order date is there. Then customer, different customer IDs are there. If you see over here, account number is there and customer ID might be repeating, right? So let me do order by customer ID. Okay, so if you if you see over here in the customer column, customer ID column, customer ID is repeated, right? 11,000 coming thrice, then 11,001 is coming thrice. So now for now, I have selected only one customer, 1100, 11,300. So let me select data for this particular customer only. So it is total 77 rows are there, right? 27 rows are there and order date are there. So let me now do order by order date. And when we do order by order date, so ascending, it will sorted the data based on the ascending order. Means minimum order date will come first, then second minimum will come then, and then the highest order date will come at the last. Right. So now what we have done over here? We have done over here, we have done over here row number, rank and dense rank in order by order date, and that is also ascending order. So now let me select the data from this table and let me try to copy this one in Excel file. Let me delete this first too. Okay, so this is actually row number, then this is rank, and this is dense rank. So row here, if you see over here, we have total 27 rows are there, right? 27 rows are there. So in the row number column, it will generate all the rows consecutive number starting from 1. So 1 to 27, right? So here it is very simple thing. Now let's jump to the rank column. So in the rank column, in the rank column, so over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you see over here, if you see over here 2110, 2110 2013 is coming twice, right? Twice. So in this kind of scenario, in the row number, it will generate the consecutive value only, but in the rank function, all the duplicate value, it will generate the same number, but after the next means after the duplicated value in the next row it will skip. It will skip means over here you have to assume 7, then it will generate over here because of date is same, it will generate actually 7 number, but it will skip 8 number in the next row, and then it will generate 9. And now there is only one difference in rank and dense rank. In the dense rank it will not skip. So it will give consecutive row, right? 7, then number of any duplicate value it will give 7, and then over here it will give 8. But whereas is in rank function it will skip one value and it will generate the next consecutive number. So this is actually the example. Now I want to show you one difference over here. Up to here everything is clear, right? 1 minute. Yeah, I will. Okay, let me select the data over here, or we can directly select the data over here, order date, and then cast function. Now let me select the data, ambiguous column name. Okay, here we can give alias. So now if you see over here, what will count function do? Because of this order date column data type is date time or date time 2. So it is actually there are some kind of requirement. In some cases we do not require all these thing are similar, right? All these things are similar, and we want to eliminate this hours, minutes, second, and whatever the thing is there, we want to eliminate this portion in the date column. We want to remove this portion in the date column. So at this time, in that kind of scenario, we need to use the cast function. Cast function order date, in which column we need to eliminate this scenario, right? We need to use this scenario. So we want to use this scenario in order date column, right? So cast of order date, that's why we have used order date over here. And then whenever we are using the cast function, at that time we need to give a particular data type, order date and data type. So whenever we do this, if you see the result set over here, it is this is our second column, right? This is our output column. So if you see the output column, this portion is removed over here, right? This portion. So this is actually the use of cast function. Order date is in date time, and if you want to skip time, we need to use start, right? Yes, right. Entire time portion. If you want to skip the entire time portion, then we need to use cast function. Now, if you see over here in the sales order header table, we have seen that there are different customer IDs are there, right? If you see, if I eliminate this thing, and now if I run over here, order by, where is that particular order by customer ID. So if you see over here, our customer ID are repeating, right? Let me copy this. That actually there are so many rows. Let me copy few rows from this one only. So if you see over here, okay, if you see over here in the customer ID column, customer ID are repeating, right? So now what if my requirement is to give rank based on the partition of customer ID? Based upon the partition of customer ID means, it means this one will consider as one partition. Now this one will consider as second partition. This one will consider as third partition, and like that. This one is will consider as fourth partition, right? Like that. So, so in this kind of scenario, we need to use partition by clause. Partition by row number, partition by customer ID, then partition by customer ID in the dense rank, rank as well as all the columns, right? So now let me execute this query. So now let me copy this result set. So this time what it has done. So now this time this time it has generated row number. This is row number, right? 1, 2, 3. Now because of customer ID is changing from here, customer ID is changing from here. It will again starting from 1, 2, 3. Now again customer ID is changing. So it will again starting from 1 in row number. Now in rank also it will do the same thing. In rank also it will do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Then again 1, 2, 3. In dense rank also it will do the same thing. But now I want to see that particular scenario. Let me try to use this one. Okay, yes, this is a perfect example. So now if you see over here, there is only one customer ID, right? Only one customer ID. So in the row number column, it will generate 1 to 27, right? 1 to 27 consecutive, because it is only one partition. Only one unique customer ID is there. Now in the rank function over here, it will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then date is same. So it will give 7, 7. And then in the next row, it will give 9. Because if it is a ranked function, it will skip one number, right? In the dense rank, it will not skip over here. If you see this over here, it will not skip because it is a dense rank function. In the rank, it will skip. So now this example also will be clear, right? Let me remove this one. Up to here, clear, right? Because of partition, it is coming like this: one, two, three, one, two, three. Yes, yes, yes. Because of partition, it is coming like that: one, two, three, one, two, three. So for that, if you see this screen, right? This Excel file, everything is mentioned. So here we have used the same customer ID. So that's why it is 1 to 27 is there. But here total partition by customer ID are changing. Customer ID are changing. So it will give 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 like that. Clear, right? This example is also clear, right? Okay. Now we will see 1 minute. Now the okay, we will see now one more function, lead function and lag function. So this is also a important function, and many a times it is a requirement to use lead and lag functions. So basically, lag function has the ability to fetch data from the previous row. So when will I will execute this query, you will get to know the lag function has the ability to fetch the data from the previous row, while lead fetches data from the subsequent row, means next row. And both functions are very similar to each other, and you can just replace one by other by changing the sort order. So let me first execute this data. Okay, let me try to execute this data first without partition. So let me remove this partition by, because I have already told, right, partition by is optional. So let me now try to execute this query. So now if you see over here, Let me copy this data into the Excel file. These are all the very important functions, guys. Let me replace Control H. Null. Okay, only two replacements are there. Okay. So now what will, this is the use of lead, this is the use of leg, right? Okay, this is the use of leg and this is the use of lead. So now, for now, this, forget this order date. Let me try to, okay. So now we have already done the order by order date and order ID. We have done over here order by based on the two columns, and that is also ascending order, right? Because by default it is ascending order. So now if you see over here in the values column, everything is at the moment it is sorted, right? But now when we are using the leg function, leg of value, so in which column we need to use the leg function? So we need to use the leg function on values column, right? So now we have done the order by over here. So what it will do? Leg function will provide us the value from the previous row. Provide us the value from the previous row. But if you can see, this is our first row, right? So because of this is our first row, it has no previous row is there. It has no previous row is there. So it has written null, right? It has written as null value. Now let's jump to the second row. This is our second row. So second row, 5th of July. Now it has the previous row, 4th July data is available with us, right? So now what is the value, means what is the number is there in the value column in the 4th July? It is 440, right? So it will written over here 440. So this will be same and this will be same, 440, right? Now again let's jump to the 8th July data. Let's jump to the 8th July data. So it has, which is the previous record of the 8th July. So it is the 5th July record is there, right? So this will be same and this will be same. You are getting that, right? So it is the use of leg function. Now if you see somewhere over here, right? So 19th July has a previous record of 1505. So it will come again over here in leg function. So this is basically because of we have not used the partition by clause over here. It will consider the entire all the 631 row as a single partition. It will consider the entire table as a single partition. Now let's see the use of the lead function. Let's see the use of the lead function. So now let me again jump to the Excel file. And for now, let me clear this one so you will better understand. Now, in the 4th July, we have data available of the next next data, right? So in the 4th July, it will give us the next day value. So if you see over here, this one and this one will be same. Now if you again go to the 16th July, this 16th July, what is the value of the next day? 1614, right? So that will come again over here in the 1614. So actually this kind of scenarios you may be using in analytical research or any kind of data analysis you want to do in some kind of financial or accounting or sales system. At that time you may be required to do what is the sales of the previous day or what is the sales of the next day, or how much sales we have done, how much amount of sales we have done in the previous day or previous month or previous year. That kind of scenario you have to use this lead and lag functions. So up to here everything is clear, right guys? Okay, one more thing I will show you. Now this is the partition by clause we have used over here. Partition by customer ID. So it is actually sometimes it may be the requirement we do not need to do partition by, right? And sometimes it may be requirement we need to do partition by date column or partition by month column or partition by customer column or partition by product code, like that. So here we have multiple customer ID are repeating, so that we have done the partition by customer ID and rest of the thing is same. Rest of the thing is same. So here very interesting result, very interesting and easy to understand as well. Now let me do some big, and let me replace this null, control H. Okay, all the values are replaced. So now 1 minute, here we have not used customer ID, right? I think it is there. Okay, no problem. Okay, let me change the date, short date. Okay, so here it will consider this one as a one partition. Then in fourth for customer ID is coming this much of time, right? So this one is another one partition. So now partition by we have used, and we have also done the lead and lag. So this is I think lag, right? Lag, and this is a lead. So now it will work based upon the party. This is our customer ID, right? So now this will work. This value will come over here. Then this value will come over here. But now this value will not come over here. Why? Because entire partition is changed. And whenever the partition is changed, it will start from the scratch. It will start from the scratch. So again, this value will come again here and it will generate a null over here. Now again, if you see over here, it is again generating a null value over here because the partition is changing again. Same as for fourth. Now, and in the lead function, it will give the next value, right? Next value to over here. This one will be same as this one. Then 407 will be same as actual table. So this is the use of lead and lag function with partition and without partition. 1 minute. Up to here, everything is clear, right? Okay, up to here, everything is clear, right? Yes, right. Partition is almost a kind of grouping kind of thing only.